Well, hello there. You welcome to a very wonderful podcast episode. Well, you were excited. I am excited too. Not only because of the topic we are about to discuss, but also the guest that we'll be meeting. Well, today we decided to change the game. This was to give you a side and a perspective you've never realized. Have you noticed the amazing songs that you've been hearing in the churches? Where do they come from? Why do we move from the left to the right and then sing in a certain way? Well, perhaps you know the kind of music I'm talking about. Well, today we are about to speak about choral music. Yes, choral music. The song you've been listening in the church and enjoying, but without understanding where it comes from. Well, I have two choral music enthusiasts, and it was surprising as I really learned a bit of the history. My guests were brilliant at it, and it was nice really having a discussion. It was me, Ijoma, and Pachigo, and I think we did the best. It was nice really having people who combine the art of study with the art of their love for music. We learned so much, even the groups, the rivalries, the competitions. It was such a great discussion, and I hope you do enjoy this episode. This is the Speaking of God podcast, where we aim to change the narrative and bring God back into the conversation. And today, it is choral music. And with me, IJ and Pachigo. Enjoy. Hey, this is choral music. IJ, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing okay.
Hey, and I'm just happy that you're feeling comfortable because I know that I'll be sued after for what I've done to you. And Pachigo, looks like you lost your way to just to get here. For those who don't know, Pachigo really lost his way, but we're just happy to have found him back. So this is the kind of cross people bear to just bring us the great news of choral music. So we are just glad to have them here. But first of all, you guys are Nigerians, okay? In case you didn't know, like the real Nigerians are here, not the fake ones you see on TV. They are just here, and it's surprising. We all grew up listening to different songs, but how come you people decided to go on this route? This is the kind of songs you guys gotten into. Was it the culture? Was it the environment? But first of all, you can tell us of your childhood and how it all links up in that way.
Okay, so for me, I grew up with music. My dad loved music, my mom also. So, like in the house, it's either this hymn is being played or that song. My dad is also a traditional man, so he likes the whole African thing and all that. So, music was just there. It's either you're humming to one song or you're listening to another. And so I'll actually say it was my dad that actually like encouraged myself and my siblings, like all my siblings kind of we sing in the choir. So he was the one that encouraged us to, well, I say not pursue a career, but sing for God, use that talent, that voice God has given you. So that's where it all started personally.
So is it so obvious? Is it like a lot of people are into, because whenever I'm listening to Nigerians talk, there's always this I was around music. And like they form the music into you guys, which is different from the way we experience it from our side. We just have to go and read music books to really know what music charts are. But it's like every Nigerian had a keyboard in the house, or he has the drums to play with. Was it a sort of thing in?
So for me, I didn't have a keyboard in the house. It's just that my dad just likes to play music, other people's music. When we go to church as kids, I see the choir singing and I'm like, oh, I would like to wear that big robe that they wear.
Oh.
So, yes, that's where it started.
So it's not only even the church. They always do that at funerals. They have amazing songs at funerals also. So Pachigo, but what about you?
I think I still have same storyline with IJ. Actually, I came into this world, and will I say, fortunately, I came into a music home. My dad was the choir master and organist, so it's like you came into this world, you met music. So when it comes to music, classicals, hymns, psalms, I heard IJ said her dad is a traditional man. If you're from Imo State or Owerri from Nigeria, definitely our fathers, they are into the cultural music. Like they don't play with their Owerri musics. So all those music that, for instance, my dad can sing almost all the Lucky Dube album,
Full playlist.
full playlist, without looking at any, and all those our cultural bongo type
Bongo.
of sounds, Oriental Brothers, all those songs that tells the story, all those songs that are kind of folk tales. They tell you have animal stories, traditional stories. If you want to know your culture, so I came into this world, see my dad enjoying those. Yeah.
So that means that you're also integrated into that same thing because your whole family, your whole environment is wow.
So it's like you grew up and it became part of you without you knowing. Because
Wow.
24 hours, this is like happening. Your dad is singing freely. So you just have to key in without knowing. Not like somebody is telling you, you feel you loved it. You just joined. And back home also, if you are a chorister or you are in a church, there is this love, parents.
Oh.
They give you that special attention because you are singing for God. So they want to encourage you. They don't want to see you go far. So those things actually, the environment, the family we came from, I think that's what really made us to.
And it's so interesting, like the way your people have really kept the culture, because we don't see that in other parts of the world. It's like you have kept your traditional and you also enforce it, and it's also embedded in the church, and that is beautiful. So Aja was talking about the fact that she just loving the robe was what made her interested in getting into. How different is it, especially in the Anglican Catholic culture, which is mostly choral music drawn? How different is it, and how do you feel very uncomfortable when you move to other places and they are doing their own stuff?
So personally, I wouldn't say I found it maybe different moving down to China, first of all, okay, and experiencing Western music, because, okay, that's what we know, contemporary music, different from maybe the choral or classical. And the Anglican church, I grew up in the Anglican church. My mom was also Catholic, so like I had a mix and blend of both kind of music compared to the contemporary. But I would say growing up in Anglican, like I think I would always love the hymn. Like you can't take it away from me. Even though I've moved to China, I would still choose that over and over again. So we actually have a session called the Praise and Worship, like African praise. But there is a time for the hymn. There is a time to sing maybe an anthem. We call it an anthem in church, classical song. Yes. So that's what I would say might be quite different from the Western music, maybe the Bethel music, where they're all loving up on God. God, I look to you. So that could just be the little difference. The difference is not much, but just the flow, the mood. Personally, that's what I think.
And then I think that must be, well, so for somebody it must be a shocker, because you move from Owerri music to metal music. That is very far.
I'm a living example. Anglican is just like we follow the liturgy, order of service. So the church service is being programmed. So from immediately you come to church, the opening prayer, you know what is next. So we have this hymn time. At some sessions, we sing hymns.
The mic. It has to go into the mic.
At some sessions, we sing hymns, and at some, we have this psalm, we have the Benedictus, Te So this has been my lifestyle for, I think, right from day one I came into this world. So the first time I tried to, look at contemporaries or this, and it was like, oh. And the funny thing is, when I went to, because all my life I've been in Owerri, I grew up in Owerri. So the first time I went to Abuja, So I found that, oh, maybe Abuja is a bit different because Abuja is kind of mixed. So you have the people that are non-Nigerian, the whites that are working in Abuja. So the Anglican churches in Abuja, some of the churches in Abuja are totally different from the churches in East. Because East are mainly we ourselves, the Nigerian. So we do our stuff, still follow the liturgy, the order of service. But in Abuja, it's a bit different. They
That's
have to
because
make it
metropolitan.
homely. Yeah. They have to make it homely. And then I was opportune to be an organist for a church, one of the Pentecostal churches. So
Hey,
the
that one is going to shock you.
the first time I was totally lost. So I have to tell the pastor, oh, daddy, this song is not. You're like, oh, I say, yeah, because I was thinking you invited me for the church and I was thinking it's hymns, this, that, but these type of songs, I'm really not a big fan of it. And I don't actually know. So he was the one that now encouraged me, oh, you need to. So it was a different
Different.
ball game from the whole Anglican stuff. So for me, it was really challenging. And after 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, after 6 months, I told the people that I enjoy my services in Anglican. I don't think so. Once in a while, when they have hymn service, then I can go on.
Oh,
But then
they know who to call.
yeah. So for me, it was really a big challenge to, transit it. Even currently, I still find it difficult to flow. So that's why most times, and I really thank God that growing up, I was focused on my dad made us to pay attention to the lyrics and not the song. So that is the only thing that have helped me thus far to, blend a little bit on the contemporary songs because I just pay close attention to the lyrics, and that's what matters for me. I understand it and I flow. But as I just said over and over again, I prefer to follow that order of service. I still want to be an Anglican. I still want to sing based on that flow.
Yeah, and I did. And for those who are perhaps from different denominations, different cultures, different Christian cultures, you don't know how serious it is. It's like maybe the way the Pachigo does have this kind of music, and then you go to a Catholic church and you are singing heroes, heroes, here. And like, where are we going?
So I also think adding to music, because just like now, I think in the Anglican time we are in the Lenten season. Like this is one beautiful time, like in the Anglican setting, where like the hymns we sing, the chants, like it's just so solemn. But over here, like we don't.
It's totally different.
It's
We don't
different.
feel that every Wednesday you have to be in church. All the hymns are solemn. That's like, it gives you that feeling. Like
You
bring
feel like Jesus died.
bring you back to your creator. You re-examine yourself. You don't need anybody to tell you. You now sit down. When they are singing those hymns, you don't need anybody to tell you, it seems you are far from Christ. It seems like the hymn we tell you, oh, you have to re-examine yourself, those solemn hymns, and we have this liturgy, kind of a prayer. When that session reach, you see how close you are to understand. Like you get back to your feet if you from the hymns, you try to look at, oh, am I really on this? Am I still on the right path? Or so I think seasonal or SABT. Actually, when we call choral music, we always refer to the SATB, that the soprano to tenor bass. That is what the choral music is all about. So it's really a total different. Yeah.
Yeah. And thank you for letting us know, because for someone like me, and I'm sure for many other people that are viewing this, they don't really know. In fact, the word choral music really sounds like a different thing for them. Of course, there are some people that attend choral music shows, choral music events, but for other people, it was from Bruno Mars, then they came to church to hear a certain music. So it's like they haven't even reached the choral level. So it's quite nice to really learn about it. And first of all, since you're about to learn about choral music, we would, Pachigo and IJ would break it all down for us. what goes into it. I was surprised to know that it is also the same as classical music. Now, when they say classical music, I was thinking that the one that they press the keyboard for 1 second and they pause, then they expect they call it the music, right? So I didn't know that the choral music itself was classical until I read about it. So they would at least give us a gist of what it's all about, what is the music composition, what goes into it. And maybe if I know, because I use ChatGPT in life, so I have a bit of information on what goes on. So, Pachigo, IJ, over to you.
Okay, so we have choirs, right? Like what we call choir, which, like Pachigo said, it comprises of the soprano singers, alto, tenor, bass. So also this choir. So for me personally, what I think is that the choir, they kind of sing in the church setting, choral music, but we also have groups which don't only perform in church, okay, where they can go out for, maybe they can have a choir concert outside the church setting. So but it's still the choral or classical music that they sing, something like G.F. Handel or Beethoven or Mozart. Yes, so and they kind of have different books. I think Handel sang Creation, right? Messiah. Okay, so these are different books.
What's up about the Messiah? It seems to be famous.
It's
Like,
under
Messiah. I've
Facebook.
never heard what the Messiah was.
The Hallelujah chorus made me to be
Oh,
it's
Yes,
in
that,
Messiah. I think also
and the glory
deaths
of God.
and most of the famous classical songs are Messiah.
oh, so all those songs that people have been enjoying, the reason that is actually attributed to choral music.
So it actually has a book. So like there are compilations of songs in a book. So we can have creation 1, 2, 3. It depends on which. So my choir I grew up in River State. We like to sing in books. Okay, this Easter concert you're performing this book, or this concert you're performing this book.
Ooh.
Yes. So it depends.
Like
So
you guys are
when I
pro
went
like
to
that.
school, when I went to school, like our choir in school, we didn't really perform books, but it was a wide range of classical music. Like we are opened up to a whole lot of classical music. So that's the beauty of it.
Wow, I'm shocked that I didn't know. Like, we were supposed to be going to church. Like, you guys have really been doing like.
AJ just mentioned something which I think for me also I need to clarify some stuff around it. Now, when we talk about choral music, choir is a choral, choir performs choral music. But the difference is, choir you are focused on church, on the Christian, on the message you are passing. Right. But chorals, they don't focus on just the Christian aspect. They tell stories. They can sing folk tales. They can sing about your tradition. So which you can actually perform in church. So the choral is open to they can make fun with music. Some they can just pick up something that doesn't make sense and use it to make music.
Figaro.
So all those stuff are and mostly choral is based on, it's like a business. It's like a business. Church is not choir is not a business. Choral is an establishment outside. So most
It's a
chorals
whole music genre,
yes,
which is
and they are being registered. You get so choir are just like a session of church units, but choral is like a registered business. So
and and because it's ancient is the reason why is it respected because of that.
Yes, because most of the composers they have their own personal choral, and most times I think what we know before and the current perception of choral, I think there is a bit shift because of what now we all want money. So most of the
I'll pretend like I'm not part.
most of the choral nows are based on, but then most of them are just people that love music, so they want to entertain. They currently you can't have a choral performance without selling your ticket, but then they have performance without ticket. People come and enjoy the music. So I think that's a bit we are kind of currently the world is like shifting a bit far from the main original why, how Choral was started.
And this is also very interesting because during my read, this is what I noticed. Okay, I was doing what I realized was that I didn't even know that Mozart's song was actually choral, and I didn't know Beethoven's song was actually
That's Macabo's, all those
because when they
Bach.
use the word
Bach, yeah.
classical, I'm like, well, they do classical, and I do that's choral. That's the like definition. I didn't know that was the song, and it shows you how this song has been there, quite established, moved from centuries to centuries, and even today is still like grounded. I don't know how long Afrobeat will last, but it looks like choral has survived so far, so that is quite impressive. And how different has it been? Because it looks like the Western one is quite. I don't understand it. Or maybe the point is not to understand it. And I was listening to the Russian Orthodox one, and I loved it. It was about 6 hours. I loved it, and I realized that everybody seems to be doing their own choral based on their culture. And when it comes to the African one, it's more drums included. It's more other stuff. What makes the ones in Africa different from the one that you see as Western?
Sorry, I need to clarify. Music is being written according to, just like you write your research paper. You write your research paper according to your field of study and according to the model you have proposed. That's same with music. We have beats, we have tempos in music. So maybe the song you are listening was written on maybe 4/4 or 3/4. So the how fast or how slow a song is depend on the composer, how he or she wants the song to flow. So in you saying Nigeria or maybe Africa, how we is also based on the composer, how the composer want the story to be told or how he want the flow. So we have this song we learned, I think, in our undergraduate, this he gave them Heston for it. It was a bit fast, even farming the winner. It because of the beating, the tempo, the timing, how he wrote the song. So if you don't like look at the lyrics to read, you won't actually get them because we are on. It's like a fast song. So Africa, everything depends on the composer. The composer can decide to write based on a fast tempo, on the beats, 2/2, 4, depending on what the composer wants. So all the classicals or all the choral music are the same. Just it depends on which type do you want. Do you want a normal, slow, a solemn song, or do you want it to be faster, or do you want it to? So it depends on the composer and how he or she wants the song to flow.
Wow. Thank you, Pachigo. That was quite exhaustive. And one thing I wanted to ask was, you can see, for instance, Ajay was singing soprano,
Yes, soprano.
and different music stuff. But why do they go like? Because I'm speaking from a hip hop background, where we don't do that. Like, would your uncle? What did they say? Stress the words in such a way that we're like, I will not sing with your uncle because I'll sing it to the, but it's like they stress the words in a certain tonation, which is very peculiar to choral music. It's like you have to sing it in a way, the bass has to come out in a way. What goes into all that?
This is where harmony comes to play.
Oh, okay, I get it.
Choral music deals with harmony. They want the beauty to come out, blending of different voices, different frequency, but then passing the same message. The music is, I think, it's an organized sound. That's exactly what the soprano, the alto, the bass. Now we have a lot of parts outside the four member. You have the baritone, even tenor one, tenor two,
mezzo soprano.
So the whole thing is based on the harmony. What you want people to like, the ear to hear and to appreciate music. So and sometimes remember choral music is structured. So you have something you want to get. For instance, we have different notes. The do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, they are notes. And we also know that those notes, you don't just clash notes. You have to make sure that each note correspond to whatever the tenor is singing should correspond to. Soprano, whatever a soprano is singing should correspond. So it shouldn't clash in such a way that the whole sound wouldn't make more sense again to the hearer, or it won't be pleasant to. So why we do think that maybe how
Try to make it
sound,
distinct.
is because it's structured.
Mhm.
You are not just singing it based on what is coming out from your head. You have something written down that you are following. And because of how choral music is, we pay attention to the vowels and consonants. If not, people wouldn't understand what you're saying, because sometimes the music is fast. So if you don't pay close attention to your vowels and consonants, then you are singing for yourself. Nobody will even hear one word from what you have said. So most times those stuff are just paying attention to the vowel, so that the person or hearers will actually get the words we are trying to pronounce.
But most times, no matter how we try to pronounce it, I can remember back then at home whenever we have choir concerts and I invite someone, they're like, I don't even hear what you guys are singing. I only hear. So like you really need to like either have the lyrics or pay attention. So that's why like I always know, like my choir master is always saying pronounce your words properly, just like he actually said. So the beauty of it is just make sure you're following the timing. Like it says, every music sheet has its time signature, the rhythm, the time for you to sing very soft, the time for you to sing loud. So that's another thing why it's like for the classical, we have the choir master in front. So we have to pay attention when he swings his hand. I'm sure you've seen Pachigo like do that or someone's do that before in church. So you have to pay attention. So you're paying attention to the music, paying attention to the choir master. Like as a chorister or as someone in a choral, you have to be disciplined. Like your eyes are moving, your ears are listening to what your other maybe as a soprano, what the alto tenor is singing, when they are coming in, when to come in, when to keep quiet. Like
so all this goes behind the scenes while we are watching them. We are thinking grounded, firm, and deep. That's all we are hearing. Well, I didn't know. Oh, that's so interesting. So a lot of signaling, obeying the rules, structure goes all into that. So wow, that is so nice. So give us an example. We can give us your favorite choral music and how it goes to somebody who was not about to choose the Ghanaian one as some papa.
Can you really have favorites? Like it's like once one comes up, you just flow into it. When another comes,
I
like
get it. For people who studied books, it's hard to choose a favorite.
And most times your favorite becomes the one you sing often.
Exactly.
So if your poem master is this person that loves repeating song, if this song is your poem master's favorite, definitely the poem master will be your favorite, because whenever he goes, Poya, give us a song, we are singing this.
Yes, I remember when I joined Worthy is the Lamb. Worthy is the Lamb.
Every month we are singing Worthy. We got tired. We had to tire. We are tired. Because whenever Poya, give us, we are singing Worthy. Can't we change to another song? But currently for me, because I do follow the Ghana Harmonious Choral, that this song
so that's it. So they'll be telling us about some of the amazing choirs that are out there from Nigeria, South Africa, Kenya, any country that comes to mind. And what are some of the stuff that you do, and what are some of the unique aspects of, or what you learn from the various choirs that you...
Okay. For me currently, I think, okay, growing up, my favorite international music choral group is this was the name of this.
Pentatonic.
No, this guy.
I don't know if Pentatonics were. I thought they were doing a cappella so far.
Yeah, it's a cappella.
I think choral, they sing more of these psalms. They really, if you want to learn choral psalms, they are very, very good. And maybe I will remember it later. But currently I'm following Harmonious Choral. Why? Because they sang this, behold, I am the Lord, God bless. Is there anything too hard for me? That's
I love it.
how they sang the song. Like since then, They're currently, anytime I want to listen, they are the only people I listen. They even sang one Ghana. So those things,
I got the post. They try to pretend like they didn't have anything.
so
See the reels you.
after listening to them, I was like, whoa. Since then, currently, that's anytime you see me playing, it's only outside the seasonal, because this is length, outside the length time of the liturgy. They are the only choral group.
So you get to learn from people from different parts of the world and
Yeah.
integrate that into. Wow, this is beautiful. Well, the songs we've enjoyed every time we go for speech and prize giving day, they'll come and sing it. We go for ceremonies, national event, they come and sing it. But nobody really knows where the song comes from. They say so it's a local song. It's not a local song, it's choral music. It has been there from a certain time and now flowing through the various traditions up to now. So, Pachigo, thank you for letting us know that. So we've learned about the structure, we've learned about the choirs involved. What are some, for the people that are interested, what are some of the competitions that are held? What are some of the rivalries within the environment that are quite interesting?
Sorry, I think the last time it was King's College.
Mm-hmm.
King's College, they are very good. Just listen to their psalms.
King College Choir, yeah.
Yes, one
King's College, where?
choir.
Is it UK?
Yeah, I think it should be in Cambridge.
Oh,
Yeah.
If you listen to their psalms,
I think I've seen them on YouTube.
Yeah.
They're there.
Very- Listen to them chant sound. You will cry because the wave.
So that's internationally. So for me, before I go international, I come local first. So in our different choir, so like an Anglican, we have what we call so every church is in an archdeaconry or a deaconry. So we have our own local choir competition first of all. Then from there they can select, okay, you go
Ooh.
represent. Yes. So
That's why Nigeria
so
comes with the
internationally,
national
I
best.
can't say, but listening to the King's Choir, like he said, yes, I know about that one. So it's just like you can even so I can have my own choral group. Like I know back home, I was in the Voice Selects.
What's a letter?
Yes, and so there are other choral groups too. So it just depends. You can actually decide to make a competition between yourselves.
So the technique that is involved, the style seem to differ from different people. The way people will sing the same song, the
Yes,
approach,
so
the
that
way
will
they
also
will
depend.
arrange the songs, will be quite different.
So probably maybe not even the arrangement of the song. They could actually just tell you to pick your own song. It's now going to depend on the judges. So it's just like this, the music, the voices, and I think there was some other, like, not classical competitions though, but just the same way like you sing, and then some judges are out there to look out for, okay, how did your choir compose themselves? How did they pay attention to all the rudiments, the timings, the flow? Were they? Yes. So most times that's just it. So I think instead of calling that rivalry, of course it's going to instigate that, but it helps you to be more intentional in your singing, both as an individual and as a choir.
Wow.
We have this word music games. Yeah, but I think most competition or most music arrangement of music gathering are based on the host, what they are demanding for. Some music competition, they throw it open. They will choose some song and ask choral members to pick. So practice the song, then you go for the competition. They choose, and some will throw it open. Select your song, send out the music sheet, and the whole orchestra, what makes up the music. So they judges will study it. Then they are paying attention to how best did you deliver this song. So it either they'll give you a song to prepare, or you choose, then send. When you are doing the application, you choose your own song and then send. And she mentioned we have a lot of, I wouldn't forget, if after this podcast, if I don't mention my roots.
Shout out.
Yeah, shout out to Casey Nam. He was really the person that
Exactly
made us who we are today in choral music. He gave us that strong. Yeah, we know about it when growing up, but he made us to understand the various rudiments of music, what we're supposed to do at every given time before we just sing. But from voice training, voice timing to selection of song, know the program, the question you are going, the type of song you should sing, know the type of people you should pick. She might be good, very good in soprano, but maybe you are going for some occasion, a specific occasion that her voice is not needed. They will pick someone that her voice, maybe she is far, far better than the person. He will pick the person. Not that she's not good, but because
we have different voice textures.
He understood the assignment of a choir master. So I really appreciate that guy. And he made the light choir Futu one of the best choir in Nigeria. And we have a lot of choirs in Nigeria. We have the Lagos City Choral. We have the museum. You should know the museum because in the world they have made their names.
Oh,
Yeah, and museums, people in that choral really, I see them as bosses because they read sheet music. They sing with sheet. You don't see we are still struggling with
Sulfur
notation. They don't do sulfur notation. Everybody read. And you must have your primary music instrument as a choral member.
oh, like
if you're not playing the keyboard, you should find a primary. So
or
those
jazz.
guys, they're very, very good. So for this competition we are talking about, you mentioned rivalry, right? But I don't think for back home, yes, there is something like that.
Yeah.
Because I've seen a lot of close friends. We are very, very close when I was in Nigeria. I just came here and I found out that this one have opened his own choral, this one have opened his own choral. So there is a lot in music.
If you have music that you have to pay tickets for,
so far money is involved.
Yes,
there must be. So far money is involved. You must, your close friend, give it time. If you care is not taking, you guys are not going to be close again because you feel like the money they paid you guys for an event, he didn't bring it out fully. He presented then, and that's why I try to differentiate from choir and choral. Choir is strictly church. Your mission going there to please God, not the money. And also some choral are the standard they have reached. Nothing can break those choral because they have made it to be a big establishment. You coming to that choral, it's like they're doing you a favor. So even if they give you one remember, you will thank God. You are not after the money, but the places that choral will take you to, they will open your eyes in music. The places they will take you to. So, but people or the choral that are formed based on a person's personal interest always have those issues. There is a different form in a choral because of a personal interest in music. That means you are the owner. You decide what happens. If you decide to close it down today, you close it. And there is different from having a group of friends that have the same goal and decide to open a choral and try to have accountability and open air policy where you listen to your members, you don't hide anything. So those type of choral are the ones still making waves because they are accountable, everything is open. But most personal oriented chorals suffer from this fighting of issues. So this person is not my friend, it's my enemy, all those kind of stuff.
Well, that means that there is a lot of demand outside, even outside the church. There's a lot of demand for it. Well, the reason why they're always wearing suits the times because they're rich. Wow. So that's great. But what do you think about Asian choral music? I sometimes see Koreans and black people on TV singing.
well, it's...
Oh, this is different.
I wouldn't say it's different. I wouldn't personally say it's different, though. What do you think?
As we mentioned earlier, choral music are all the same. They are all the same. I joined coming to China here. When I got admitted in USTC, if I show you, I took all my music book thinking I was going to England.
Wow.
Most of my guys in UK, they all joined.
Yeah.
Big, they are performing. I currently is in Canada now. When I was in the US, Ike wasn't this outspoken guy, but the music, he became a strong member. I've forgotten his choral. He performed a lot of book. He became strong, a solo. He played the clarinet. But back home, he was always shy to be. Only plays in his room. But when he was in US, he was not playing.
That's because he saw where the money is.
Because they gave him the room, they encouraged him. So Biggie, the same thing. Biggie was the organist there. But now he's like those days. That was when I was coming to China. I was thinking the same.
So I think maybe the language here is actually maybe the little limiting factor, because it's like the Asian choir, or if they have something like that, or the concert, they may not be fully into singing the English, maybe songs and all, because Haydn and Beethoven, it's all English composing songs they do.
Yeah,
right?
but I've also seen them around the what do you call it? The world choral. I see some representatives there.
Just that any country that English is not their first language, most of their choral songs are based on their language. And not that they are deviating from the normal essay. No, it's the same. Not that they focus on their own
language and stuff.
Local composers. They still perform the international composer, the English composer, but I've been to a lot of, since I came here, I've been to a lot of Chinese music competition. And when it comes to orchestra, I think I give it to them here. Because internationally, they have only the well-known instrument. But here, they have a lot of local instruments that are embedded in the whole. So when you take your time to attend any Chinese, because I've not been to any other Asian country, I can only talk about
test.
So if you take your time to attend any Chinese orchestra or Chinese choral music stuff, you will really happy. These guys, they are outside their own local composed songs. If they want to perform the international composer, you know that these guys are very, very good. They put everything and they embed more orchestra, more instruments into the orchestra to make the whole music more pleasing to the ear.
Wow, that's so much there. So for those, concluding a bit, what would you recommend people get into for somebody who wants to start to journey? Somebody who did not have the background that you guys had, and maybe I want to get into choral music. 2025 resolution. So
we're in the world of YouTube. So first of all, we're in a world of YouTube, like I said, but you'd actually need a group, because that's where you grow. And just like Pachigo mentioned, like there are a lot of chorals, right? But for me personally, I think having that choir, even starting from a small group, even just like in some fellowships or gatherings, it's always good to have small groups. So starting from small groups where they teach you the rudiments, because if you just want to join the big choral, you might be left out. You won't learn the rudiments, like the basics. So it's actually good if you want to learn the whole choral thing. It's very good to start from a choir, and then you can move on to the choral group, because from the choir they start to teach. It was actually from choir I learned like the things I know now, how to be intentional, how to read the solfa notation, how to that's what they call some people are tone deaf. If you say do, they're like they're singing another thing. So so
that's so
it teaches you all that, and then you also have to have that that zeal to learn. It's actually not difficult, but you need to put in that zeal. Even David in the Bible, right? He could actually play, he could sing, but he was skillful in it. So it's not just for you to maybe have the talent. You should also put in the time, the intentionality to learn that skill. And then also God being with you, because I think is it Samuel, right? When the evil spirit was in Saul and all that, he said, go and find me David. David could play skillfully and God was also with him. So I feel even as we learn the choral music, even as we sing, we should not forget to have that blend, the mix and balance between skill and also God factor in it too.
Amazing. Pachigo,
Yeah.
what will be your...
Learning choral music, I still bring this to your research. I know what I'm doing because if you
I don't get rejection.
yeah, if you don't have the zeal to do something, trust me, if you start, at some point you are going to stop. It happens to me.
Mhm.
The choral music you see me do today is because of I'm trying to match up my younger brother. It's not. I
So
didn't.
it's childhood rivalry.
Yes,
Oh, no.
because he have that personal conviction and took that personal to learn. That's why he's very, very far from me when it comes to nobody apart from the keyboard he learned, all the other instrument he learned it himself.
Wow.
The cello, the violin. He just took my dad's book, read it, and started playing.
Actually, you're making me feel bad right now.
So anyone that wants to do something, it depends on you. And just like Idea mentioned, no big choral group we accept a starter because the master doesn't have time to start putting you through one. Though no, because they believe everybody have reached up to a standard. They just come, they give you the sheet. Let's go. So if you really want to, YouTube is our friend, yes, but YouTube will help you to understand maybe the music but you see the tone. What is required? You need someone to groom you. That's why the choir or the starting up choral, I recommend them for you because they take their time. The choir master take their time to teach you what is legato, like everything in music. They take the time to brush you up. So if you want to
grosso, forso,
staccato,
you need to like start with a choral group that is focused on grooming. Then it's time demanding. I will not lie. It's time demanding. And sometimes if you are not this person that is, you don't feel bored repeating something, then it's okay. But if you are someone that, if you are repeating some things and you get angry or you get bored, choral music is not for you because you can go to a choir for like 1 month, 2 months, you are still learning one song.
In Christ alone.
so you will not be asking yourself, am I progressing? But they're just doing that. Maybe that song is technical. So they are using this song to open your ears to different. So if you're able to sing this song, then this other song will be easy for you. So it's all personal convinced. If personal how will I put it now? Conviction. If you say I want to do this, are you ready for it? Because you have to pay a lot. There are sacrifices to be made. So if you are ready and you know you are good to go, then just start from, don't just put your aim on the high. Start from, because if you have a strong foundation then, so focus on building a strong foundation then.
But to digress a bit, I think the repetition is actually beautiful because it just makes the song to stick. So even if you go to somewhere and you're like, oh, let's sing this song, you don't have to wait for copies of like the musical sheet. You just know how to.
But some people are bored. Like,
you just sing it.
When Monday we sang Christ alone, Tuesday Christ alone. Tomorrow you tell them I don't want to.
It's only
we still sing ahead. So most people are not for. If you are not like, if you don't discipline yourself, you are not going to learn. For me, I'm not good in playing how my brother plays in classical, or because I don't have the time to be wasting months and playing one script. So for me, I just want to learn and go. But then tomorrow, if you ask me to come and play the whole thing, I've forgotten it. So you see, if you're not self-disciplined and you are ready to spend time and have a strong foundation, then it will be difficult for you to get the whole stuff.
Yeah, so that's it from Pachigo and I. Before you start buying your suits and trying to look for orchestra, you can just go. They will be willing to teach you. We can give you their contacts. You can just call them, whether you are in Ireland or in South Africa. If you have dollars to pay, you can call them up. So just start from scratch. Be zealous, dedicated, and we believe that your journey will be nice. And call me when you start your show.
And practice.
And practice always.
Yes,
Yeah, so
because
practice.
I think there's really a lot that goes into it. The breathing, like everything. So it's like singing from your stomach, all those kind of things, like there's really a whole lot. And you can't actually expect the choir master to teach you all that. He can introduce you to that. But now when you go home, I remember then they said, put your head under water and breathe, or hold your breath for maybe 10 counts, something like that. So like practice.
So practice. Wow. So that's it coming from there. So our final wrap up will be, how has the kind of music at church, you being part of this circle, church music, learn, has it helped you both musically? Has it helped you both spiritually? Has it helped you in several aspects of your life?
Personally, it's like a transition, right? So like I said, back home, we have this African praise. So like the way we praise God in Africa or in Nigeria, like the names we call God.
You keep moving your hands. You know what you mean.
The way we call God, like you can say, Jesus is my bulldozer, iron breaker, That's how we worship. Like, you can't just sit down, give me chance. So I want to praise my, but when we come here, we're like, what a beautiful name it is. It's just that sweet solemn. So it's just the beauty of it. It's like, just when you come here, just don't feel like, oh, you missed. Of course, you miss that. But when you come here, it's the beauty in diversity for me. That's what it is.
Meeting new people. Change you from real music to better music.
Yeah, so for me, music is actually everything. When I'm sad, music. When I'm happy, music. If I'm crying, music. Like, it's just everything for me.
And the words in there.
The words, exactly. The words. It's like when you're singing this song, it's like, oh, this composer actually was thinking about me when they were singing this song. How did they know? Yeah, so it has really helped. But I think one thing I just don't want to I think, is it Matt Redman that sang the song I'm coming back to the heart of worship. Yeah, so it's like, don't most times focus on maybe just like, okay, maybe without music or without this you can't be in the mood of worshiping. Okay, but I just think it's just the beauty of it. Yeah.
Pachigo, has it helped you? Made you make friends, connections?
Seriously, I think music. If I don't give thanks to God because of music, then I'm not grateful enough. Why do I say so? First of all, I will start from most of the Bible passages I know today are from music.
No.
When I started music, I joined proper the adults, because I transited from the children ministry choir to the adult choir. Now there is this our choir master, there is this thing she always does. Then before we start, I think my first class was on what? And the glory of the Lord. Before we start any song, she will open the Bible. We will read the Bible passage where this song or where the classical song was picked. Then she will introduce the Bible passage. We will read it. We will first have like 10-20 minutes understanding of why we are to sing that song. So the music made me to almost all the Bible aside the children ministry. Any other Bible passage I know are based on the music, because all the classicals are extracted from the Bible. Hymns, most of the hymns are extracted from the Bible. Psalms are easy. So this is the first point I'm going to say. I'm making my words. Secondly, is Still now, I find it difficult to pray without hymns. Some people say you want to spend 4 hours, 5 hours in praying. Me, it's only when I'm with my hymn, because hymns open my eyes to know my exact situation. For instance, my favorite hymn for prayer is Spirit Divine. Standard. They still stands as different life issues.
Even know the stanzas number.
So anytime I feel troubled, or maybe I want to pray generally on issues, I use Spirit Divine, attend our prayer, because verse 1 says this, verse 2 says this. After you are done, or after I'm done with Spirit Divine, I feel relieved, because it seems I have touched all aspects of my life. That is my second. Now, third is, I will still be grateful for the friends I have met. It was music that brought me to China. Charlie, I still call her Charlie up till now, Dr. Grace, Dr. Happy's wife. We met because of music. We became family. Our parents now, because of us, our parents integrated, and then that's how I came to China, because of Grace. She did, because I was to go to UK, Bradford. She did everything for me here. My own is just she sent me the admission letter. That's her. So still music. So if assuming we didn't do undergraduate together, she wasn't the choir child lady, then I don't think I would be in China. Right. So fourth again. So I stayed in Abuja for 2 years. My way of surviving and
was a hustle.
Music. You can just stay a day, then you can just stay a day on my prime master, and then Papa, he'll call you. Oh, there's this one. They say the child is feeling sad. She wants to listen to music. I was like, huh? Let's go and play for them. Then I will take my violin and we just go. We play the
like you're doing real David this.
So these are all, and then the friendship I have today. There are some guys that they don't joke with me, and I don't joke with them. I have Zovacity, I have Izu, I have Emma. Even I graduated 2014 from Futo. Up till now, I still have guys I've not seen to my eyes, but we are very close because of music. I graduated since, but then the alumni, we connected, we start talking, they became my younger ones. All my younger brothers' friends are my friends. They don't play with me, I don't play with them. Music. Christmas time, nobody's at home. The guys are not at home. I'm not there. Currently my brother, but we still had our guys home helping my parents. Christmas, you must see Izu. You must go to my house to stay with my parents for like few days, because I'm not around. My younger brother is not around. We have Emma. Emma must go over there to see my parents. Music. You see the family music have brought. So I can't just all of a sudden program, because music have brought a lot to my life.
And I'm quite envious about the music circle you built. I don't know what I have around me. My soul books. Okay. So you really heard from them. IJ Pachigo really showing us something we've never known and teaching us a lot about a different world. And I'm sure you really enjoyed it. Them teaching us about choral music, the structure, the way everything is built, the composition, the environment, the people that are really making a great effort in promoting this very, very great Christian heritage. From just a secular music genre which has entered the church and has transformed us, helping us remember the scriptures and helping us to remember the stuff that we have to remember. This has been choral music being given the exposure here. And it's been nice having the conversation. I hope you really loved it, because I did. So we'll just leave the train here going. And in case you want to continue, we'll put out their contact, their socials, the way to really reach out to them and really explore more on this journal. But this has been a wonderful episode, giving the space for choral music. And IJ Pachigo have done a real amazing job. So from all of us here, this is how we do it. Enjoy the church music. Make sure you pay your dues also. And let's have a great time. Catch you. Bye.
Thank you.